Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, yo, I said way back when I was going to do more reviews on shows and whatnot, and I started with Two Moons, the original Two Moons, but I haven't followed up with any other show. I know. But that all changes today because today I will be going over Semantic Era. Now, if you guys don't know, Semantic Era is a Korean drama that actually just finished today. I watched the last episode today. So I thought it appropriate to do my review of it today because it's fresh in my mind and my thoughts and opinions on it. I'm excited. I'm excited because I haven't really watched many Korean dramas, if at all. I did watch a episode of Snowdrop, I believe, with Jisoo from Blackpink. I saw the first episode of that one. Way back when I watched a show called Boy Next Door, and that is about it. I believe so. Yes, that's about it. So I was excited to get into some Korean drama since I don't watch them, and this one stars a former member of K&K, which I did not know when I started watching this. I was like, oh, that's that guy from K&K, and I found out that he left the group, and I believe the group might be disbanded now. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case. Um, and Homeboy, what's his name? Jae Chan. He is from Dong Kids. Dong Kids. Now I have reacted to that group before. I'm familiar with them, kind of. I've only maybe heard two songs from them. I haven't really deep dived in their discography yet. But I have heard them before watching this, so I was familiar with the group. Now, the member who is in this, like I didn't know the members. I know him now, so I know one member of the group now, but I didn't know him beforehand, before the show. So I'm glad to get to know him now. I'm sure because of the show, he'll be a bit more popular, and by proxy, his group. So that's good for him. Um, Now, how I'm gonna do this, if you guys have seen my previous video, what I do is I take a note from Amanda BB here on YouTube. This is her format where she reviews a show and she does a character by character, a character analysis of each of the characters, um, and gives her thoughts and opinions at the end of the overall show. I'm going to do the same. I like that format. I just want to give her credit. It was her idea. I'm not sure if it's her original idea, but I got the idea from her, so I'm giving her credit. Please go to her channel, check out her stuff. It's really good. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm only going to go over four other characters. There are a few other minor characters, but they're so minor, you know, it, you know, they don't have a significant role, so I'm not going to go over them too much, but I think they're fine. I feel more indifferent. Now, I do like the one character. What's his name? One with the curly hair. It says here, I can't pronounce the name. I'm going to put the name on the screen. It's his character. He looked familiar to me. I was like, he looked like someone I know or I've seen on such social media, and he was. He's a model, I believe. Yeah, I went to his IG the other day. I was like, oh, I remember this IG account. So I didn't know it was him because when I saw him, his hair was like a Farrah Fawcett thing, not this curly red hair thing going on here in the show. And I was so shook. Um, I think his character's fine. The other two characters, supporting characters here, they're fine. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Let's start out with our good Judy. How you pronounce her name? Ryujin Hing. I'm gonna put the name on the screen because I can't pronounce them correctly. I don't want to butcher them, so I'm just gonna put the name on the screen. I was feeling bad for her. I really was, y'all, because I was like, okay, she likes our main lead, one of our main leads, and she's being nice about it and being coy, kind of. But we know he ain't finna choose her. Ugh, we know. We know. But I like how they didn't make her annoying. Like they made her presence known. Made us realize or knows that she could potentially like him. But they also made her very likable. She was very nice to him and chill. She wasn't too pushy. Now, she did stand up to Homeboy, our other male lead. What's his name? Jung Jae Young, our main lead, our other main lead. I love their little kind of rivalry, kind of. she was kind of like looking at him side eye. He was kind of like, "Girl, what you doing here?" And they kind of had like this little tit for tat type of thing with each other. And then that one scene where he actually told her like, "You need to back down. You need to stop." And she was like, "I'm not. How about that? How about that?" I love that so much. Like she was not playing with him, but in the end, she basically confessed her feelings and friend zoned herself. I mean, she knew the answer before she even confessed. She said during their exchange with Song Woo, she was like, "Listen, I know what's up, but I want to tell you how I felt. Get off my chest. Before I thought I couldn't handle rejection, but I can, and I'm good, and we're Gucci." And I was like, I like her. In these like BL dramas, I hate that term. Ugh. In these dramas, usually, well, back in the day, they usually make the female characters like unlikable and terrible. This show didn't do that. She was very likable. I really liked her at the end. I'm rooting for her to find her happy ending, whatever that may be for her. She is great. She's amazing. I like her. Our next character is my favorite character of the mother loving show. Our real good sis. What's her name? Put the name on the screen. Choi Yuna. I love this heifer. Oh my gosh. Her first of all, her masculine energy she exudes, her I'm not sure if she's supposed to be like queer coded or what the deal is with her, but her style, her essence, it is just giving me what I need. And then her attitude. She comes off as like a kind of like a big sister type. You know, she'll tease you, but she'll also gives you like sage advice in a way. She did talk to both of the boys, especially her. I'm assuming her best friend, Jae Young, and you know she keeps him in check. She teases him. I kind of like it. They have like a back and forth. Their banter is very very appealing to me. I like their rapport. Is that what it's called? Rapport? Yeah, that's the word, right? When you have a certain dynamic with someone, I like that between them two, and I like how she was very forthcoming with Homeboy's dating life when Sung Woo asked her, "So his past dating, what's the tea, Christine?" And she was like, "Okay, well, do 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 do." But then she kind of like pulled back, was like, "Okay, but he has changed. He's not an F boy as he may have been appeared when I just said all these names, the list of names and heartbreaks he's went through or caused." I think. So I'm glad she kind of like switched it up and realized like, hey, let me not sabotage this or kind of like make my friend look too bad in this situation. I'm gonna let him know the truth, but I'm not gonna make him look, awful. I was like, okay, you're everything. I stand. And I love the fan cams I've seen of her on Twitter. I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. She's everything. She is everything, y'all. And I kind of want to follow this actress. I kind of want to follow this actress and see what she does next. I believe this is her second drama, if I'm not mistaken. I may actually, just for her, go check out the other drama she's in. I don't know. I like her. She's cool. She's cool. Okay, now we get to our main leads. Let's start off with Chung Song Woo. Now, he's the character I can relate to the most because obviously he thinks of things more logically. He's our other lead called him a robot, and that's kind of spot on because he seems to be very much so logic, straightforward. Emotions, who is that? I'm not sure what that is. I don't care to know what that is. It's not logical, so let's put the emotions to the side. He seems very introverted. He seems very calm, cool, and collected. He seems like a homebody. He doesn't want to be like a hermit almost, kind of. He's very matter of fact and cold. Now, how do we feel about him exposing? Because when the drama started, he showed him there's a group project, which I was confused. I couldn't comprehend what was happening in the beginning of the show. So what I figured out later on that he exposed his group of not friends. It was a group project that he worked on with people who weren't he hasn't met, like they haven't met each other. They just worked on it, I guess, remotely, I guess. And he exposed them for not doing nothing. He did all the work and he put them on blast. He sure did. He sure did. And I was like, oh, I mean, to put him on blast seems extreme. But to have him do all the work also seems extreme. So I don't know. I don't know. You should have helped out. I'm not sure why they didn't help out or what was going on with that. I didn't comprehend. If you guys can like let me know below why they didn't help him with that project, that'd be great. Um, Now, obviously, throughout the show's run, he kind of softens up. He kind of gives into his emotions. He actually gave Homeboy, he gave him the first kiss, which I was shook by. I wonder why he did that. Like, what was he thinking? What was he feeling to make him do that? Because it seems out of character for him. But by proxy, by hanging out with Homeboy, he is being a little less uptight, a little more chill, a little more spontaneous, a little more, less of a robot and more in tune with his emotions. His emotions took over. Now, I will say, so his logic is on the forefront, and I like how he presents it because that one scene where he told him, hey, if you're going to touch me, let me know beforehand. It makes me uncomfortable when you just do it out of nowhere. I was like, oh, he said consent only. And I love how it was implemented here because most shows, modern shows will do a not a PSA, but like a social commentary on this kind of thing, like consent and touching, and like don't touch if someone like you know what I mean. And they just do it just to do it. But here, it makes sense for for this character to say that he's uncomfortable with everybody. It seems he's uncomfortable with interacting. If it's unnecessary, he's already been shown that. So for him to be like, hey, I noticed you've been, skin shipping with me. Pump the brakes. Calm down. Listen to Kids Bop. Calm down. Let me know beforehand. I was like, it makes sense for him, and I love that for him that he felt comfortable. Honestly, he seems comfortable telling people how it is anyway, so it doesn't matter. He was like, look, and I love how his love interest complied. He's like, I'm gonna touch you. I'm letting you know. Now afterwards, he stopped asking or telling him. He just started doing it. But they're at a point in their dynamic that was okay. But before that, he was like, look, don't. Skirt. I also like the fact that when they kissed for real, he acknowledged that they were drinking. That's the one thing that these shows like to do, these drunken kisses. And I'm always like, oh, like, can y'all not? Why does this liquid courage thing have to happen? And like, it's taken as like, because obviously liquid courage, it comes from something. Like you drink, you let your feelings out. You're not yourself. So obviously that's a way to get the characters to do things that they normally wouldn't do. But I think it's a cheap cop out, and for me, I don't drink, so it makes me uncomfortable thinking someone doing something when they're under influence. I'm like, oh, let's not. However, the fact that he was talking to him is like, we're drunk. This is not how I really would act. I'm drunk. I'm like, I'm glad you acknowledged that. I'm glad you acknowledge that y'all been drinking. It's a little tipsy in the club, and maybe that's not how you really want to go about doing this or how you feel. You know what I mean? I like that he said that. What else? What else? Oh, I like the fact that after a while he started smiling more, being all giddy. This is one scene where like Jay was like, "This is how the trial will go." He like grabbed his arm, embraced him, and he was like, Sungwoo was like, He's like, "Okay, well, that's a preview." He was like, "Suck on stupid." He was like, "Oh, stupid," because he was shook. He liked it. He was feeling the feels, which is so odd because his character has been so hard against hanging out with him, being around him. He rejected him a few times, like leave me alone. Especially that one scene where Jae Young brought him some food because he thought he was sick, knocked on his door, said he was okay. He was like, "I need you to leave me alone. I get to stay away from me." He was doing a lot. Someone was doing a lot to push him away, and I was like, "Damn!" Like, ooh. But then he came full circle at the end and kind of, you know, he gave into his emotions, but not too much, not too out of character, but enough for it to be a change that I love to see. I love to see the change he had by the end. Even at the end, he still has logic on the forefront because he told him, "Hey, we shouldn't date. You need to go take this job or go to this program." What's Dex? Dex is that Samsung thing, right? He was telling him to go take this job and do this. I would hate for you to stay here because of me. It makes more sense for your career to go and pursue what you're going to pursue, it makes so much sense. That's what I would have done. I know. Love is love, and like, ooh. But like, you need to set yourself up. You have a job offer, whatever it is. Go do it. Go do it. But I really like this character. I saw myself in him, and I feel like this actor has so much potential. He did a very good job. I really his that stoic tsundere like type of character that's very like he really played it really well. This actor really did. I cannot wait to see what he does next. Okay, last but not least, we have our other main lead, Jung Jae Young. So in the beginning, he got on my nerves. Yes, y'all, he got on my nerves. I get it. I get it. He wants to get him back for, putting him on blast and ruining his whatever he had got going on at school with that project. He wanted to get him together. He wanted to find him and confront him and get revenge because he, exposed him. Now, we all love an enemies to lovers plotline, right? Me personally, I don't like it when it's one-sided enemies to lovers. Like, granted, Sung Woo did put him on blast, so he kind of like started, but he didn't do it on he wasn't being, I guess I won't say he was doing revenge or being malicious, but he was letting people know that he did all the work, and he rightfully so. Rightfully so. He wasn't going out his way to be a jerk. This just happened. He's letting them know, hey, the assignment I did by myself didn't help, so I'm letting y'all know. Forget them. But Homeboy here kept antagonizing him, and it irked my nerves. I don't like that. I do not like that. If they both were going at each other back and forth and they became like lovers, I would have been more into that dynamic because they're both antagonizing each other. But it was very one sided. He would not leave him alone. In class, out of class, at lunch, he kept popping up. He wore his hated colors. He says I don't like red, and he wore red for days. Rolling his face when he was sleeping. My guy. How dare you? How dare you? However, after a while, he starts to develop feelings for Sung Woo, and he started acting right. He was still like kind of like antagonistic and teasing, but like he wasn't as it was annoying to me. Like it was very annoying in the beginning, but now it's like it's cool. I like it. I like their banter. I love his friendship with his homegirl, the one. How you pronounce her name? Choi Yuna. They're tit for tat. Like I said before, I really, 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 really love it. I like their dynamic. Even his friend with the curly hair. I just love the friendship group so much, and he seems so charming and cool and chill. And I really like that one scene where was it before or after? I can't remember if it came before or after where he was at the lunch table with homegirl and they were waiting for Sung Woo to come and they were like, sit over here, sit next to me, no, sit next to me. And they were going back and forth, like, no, he has to hang out with it. Their dynamic of like trying to get his attention and spend time with him was hysterical. Well, not hysterical, but I find it funny. I find it funny how their dynamic was and how he was. But then obviously he is on the heart side of the dynamic. He's the brains, Sung Woo, and he's the heart. And when Homeboy kissed him, he was aware of it. He woke up, and then and when they were in that bar, he kissed him again. Well, he told me he was gonna kiss him, which I was shook by. He's like, "I'm gonna kiss you in 1 minute, so prepare yourself." And then Sung Woo kissed him, and he was like, "All right, cool. What's up?" He was like, No, we can't do this. Like, stop running away." He chased him down. I'm kind of glad that he kind of told him, like, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart when it's calling to you. We need to make this happen. Because Sung Woo was like, no, we can't date. Why not? Why not? What's the reason? Let's do this. You need to like stop playing these games. You feel it. I feel it. We can feel it together. Let's go. Let's go. And then I just love their dynamic with each other because it was this subtle skinship of him touching the back of his head, the way he greeted him. It was just so warm and fuzzy. I'm sure when you guys watched it, you guys were feeling the feels. And this actor, he initially, like even though I didn't like how his character acted, I didn't think he was a douchey. I didn't think he was off-putting per se. It just how he went about getting back at him was it went overboard for my in my opinion. Not like overboard, but enough for me to be like, "Ugh, get out of my face, you're aggravating." But I didn't find him to be, particularly like an awful person. He still seemed very cool and nice and whatnot. And then once we got past the whole like enemy stage, he became even better. He became even better. Him getting jealous of homegirl, him finding a reason to hang out with him bringing him into his little man cave. And I love how Song Woo made him clean up the man cave. And he was like, okay, bet, cool. Start cleaning up. He's like, okay, make you comfortable. You're good. You're all right. I just love that. I just love that. Now, I was kind of thrown off when he got accepted to his program, the Dex program, whatever that is, and he would have to move away. I was like, damn, like he was about to tell you that y'all should date and you finna leave. Ugh. And I feel bad for him because homeboy was like, go take the job. And he was like, are you kidding me? You don't want me to stay? You told me you needed me and I need you. Okay. I need you. He said, I need you. Okay. You play these games with my whore. All in all, I really liked his character. Now, as of this recording, I'll probably post this right after I edit it, but as of this recording, the actor has enlisted. So we won't see him for about 2 years, but I cannot wait because I heard he signed with a new company. So maybe he'll get more into acting, maybe a new group or being a solo artist. I will be on the lookout. Now, I do remember watching him during his videos he did with Edward Avila, his group. They were promoting Sunset and whatnot. They went on his channel. I think they made 2 times promoting music and stuff. And I like that group, and I like him. So I hope we get more from him in the future. Now, the show as a whole, how do I feel? I don't mind it. I think I really enjoyed watching it. I was really invested into the what's going to happen next. Now, it's a shorter series, which I appreciate. I will say this: I do appreciate a shorter series. I just, how do I put this? Like, I do wish we had more context of their backstory a little bit more. Maybe not like, oh, let's go to their childhood and watch them grow up type of thing, but kind of like what makes them how they are, like his like dating past, how he feels, what like maybe what makes him so different that he's changed because his homegirl said he is different from before. It's implied that he was an F boy. It's implied he gets bored easily. I would love to have seen some of that, and then see how Sung Woo is so cold and kind of unfeeling. What made him be that way as well? It would have gave a little bit more to the characters. It would have fleshed them out a bit more. They're not completely one dimensional, but they are kind of stock characters. He's this way, he's the opposite way. They both change in the end, to kind of balance each other out, but they're mostly one dimensional, and you know what I mean. Like they're not. I wish we got a little more character development or more character backstory at least, so we can see a little more sides of them. But I did enjoy the show. I may rewatch this with my friend Jorge. Now, what I really want to do is, excuse me, watch it live. So I think subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out on my Twitter, link below, and the community tab on here on YouTube. When I'm with Jorge, I'm going to see if I can watch it live with him on Discord, so you guys can hear us talking and give our opinions as we watch our live commentary as we watch the show. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I'll let you guys know if we decide to do that because he wants to watch it. I posted a scene on my story, and he wants to watch it. He has never seen a K-drama before. He's only seen K-pop music videos, and we actually reacted to K before only one time. It was for Sunset, so he's interested in seeing this show based on what I showed up on my stories. So if you guys are interested in that, again, subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of Semantic Error. Great cinematography, great acting. I like the characters. I just wish we had more fleshed out characters. That's all I want. That's all I want. But other than that, I really enjoyed my experience watching it. So let me know what you guys think below. I'm very curious. Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite actor? And what show should I review next? Let me know below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.